say they oppose any of his plans for mass deportations. Now remember, millions, tens of millions of people, Democrats, independents, Republicans, voted for this current president-elect, and this was one of the top two issues, the economy the other. Other Democrat-led cities are looking to cement their, well, we used to call them sanctuary cities. Now they want to make it official on the books. It's an effort to block the incoming Trump administration's border crisis efforts. They want to fix the problem under Trump, and I guess these Democrats want to stop the fix. Wow. I'm Harris Faulkner. You are in the Faulkner Focus. Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs has joined the list, speaking out against Trump's plans. And she's just the latest in that list of Democratic governors that gets longer by the hour.
What I won't do is tolerate attacks on Arizona families. I will not allow everyday Arizonans to suffer from misguided policies that will only divert resources from the important work happening here and across our border.
If the Trump administration requests it, would the Massachusetts State Police assist in mass deportations?
No, absolutely not.
There's been some talk about using other states' National Guard, red state National Guards to somehow come into a blue state and try and enforce these new Stephen Miller-inspired rules. And that's just not something we're going to accept.
Are you noticing a trend? I see it. You don't hear those leaders talking about the almost incalculable amount of fentanyl that continues to come across the border, much of it into Arizona, crossing over Nogales, and into the rest of the country. Yeah, they don't talk about that. You know what the attack is? It's on every state, because every state is a border state now, particularly because of that illicit, dangerous drug that the cartels have pushed. Republican Governor Greg Abbott of Texas has seen the worst of the Biden administration's border crisis in his state. And of course, when Biden put Kamala Harris in charge, I mean, it became an even more epic disaster. Now, the governor is hitting back against those Democratic counterparts.
What the Americans demanded were, for one, safe communities, but for another, to stop the illegal immigration into our country, especially of those who pose great dangers, in whether it be in Arizona, whether it be in Massachusetts, or other places across the country where they're not going to be cooperating with ICE, with the border czar, with any effort to remove very dangerous criminals. They're going to see more crimes in their cities, and they're going to see more losses at the ballot box, because Americans are angry about this.
In Los Angeles, the city council voted unanimously to adopt a sanctuary city ordinance that would block any cooperation with Trump's deportation plan. One California mayor is fighting for the opposite. Mayor Will O'Neill of Newport Beach, California, is really angry at California Governor Gavin Newsom. He joined me here on The Focus yesterday. He's hot over those sanctuary cities and states. Let's watch.
No way to vet them. And people have forgotten, even Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi, was attacked by someone who was in the country illegally. One of the problems we have here in California is when they use the word sanctuary state, it's a cute phrase that they're trying to evoke peace. But the truth is, illegal immigration means we don't know who's coming in. We don't know when. We don't know what they're doing. It's not just illegal, it's dangerous. It's not peaceful, it's destructive. And voters in California have shown their disgust with feeling unsafe. They are getting altitude sickness from this ivory tower that they're sitting in up there. And so one of the biggest problems we have is we have got to bring this back down. We have got to have grounded, good sense public policy in our cities. And California's sanctuary state policy is the exact opposite of that.
And he's in cobalt blue California. Imagine that. National correspondent Jeff Paul is in Los Angeles. Look, when you hear that mayor calling for common sense, I mean, you know that Trump has the mandate on this issue. Jeff.
Absolutely, Harrison. California has been a sanctuary state since 2017, and Los Angeles has essentially followed the law in practice, so this shouldn't change too much. However, the city council's unanimous vote to make LA an official sanctuary city does send a message. Now, the law was proposed early last year, so it wasn't a direct response to Trump's election win, but it signals support for the city's large migrant population, especially as the incoming Trump administration promises to carry out mass deportations. However, having all city council members agree to forbid city employees and resources from being used in federal immigration enforcement certainly